Okay, so now you join the Knicks.
Right.
And Jalen Rose is on the team.
Right.
So you get reunited with him.
Reunited
Nate
with Jay
Robinson
Rose.
is on the team as well.
Get reunited with Nate. Well, I meet Nate and I get reunited with Jamal Crawford because me and Jamal were in Chicago together. So we get reunited in New York as well.
What was it like to see Nate Robinson fight Jake Paul and watch that knockout?
Man, that's my brother, like for real. Like, so for me, that shit hurt. It hurt me to watch that shit, bro. I was worried. I was scared. I'm like, what the hell? Like, you know, I always watch fights. I've been to fights and stuff. I see guys get knocked out, but I don't have any connection to them. When you watching someone you love and you care about, and that shit happens, bro, and then you looking at it as an exhibition fight. I'm looking at it like, oh, this is just an exhibition fight. They're not even gonna really be. It's like an all-star game, but nah. So when he connected, man, and he hit him those first couple times, I was like, damn, this don't look good. And then when he went down, you know, I was devastated, man. I called him. He wasn't answering. He wasn't answering any of our calls. Like, we really, like, a lot of us are really tight with Nate, man. It was scary. It was scary to see that.
Yeah, I mean, he ended up being okay, but it was a pretty bad knockout.
Yeah, it was a bad knockout, man. It was. And then, I mean, you start thinking about, like, damn, man, his kids are watching this, you know. You know, I know his kids. I mean, I was there when they were all born. Like, it's just, it's deep. It's bigger than just watching, you know, this YouTube guy knock out a basketball player for me and for a lot of the other guys in the league.
Yeah, man. That was, well, you know, maybe this is what happens when you throw someone in a sport they're not familiar with. You could tell that he didn't train as a boxer. I think he just felt like, I'm really athletic and that's going to get me by. And that doesn't work in boxing. So
yeah, man. If I'm on box, I'm going to try. If I can't get Floyd to train me, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, I got to get somebody that I know for a fact is going to give me a shot to, you know. And I think he felt like he was. I think he felt like he was ready. But like you said, man, like, if you don't have some sort of background in boxing, man, it's hard to come in there in that short amount of time and develop professional type skills to even be able to take a punch, man. That's hard, man. That'd be like trying to play an NBA game, you know what I'm saying, after never playing in the NBA. Like, that's impossible. People don't understand how fast that game is moving and how big the guys are, how long and athletic people are in the NBA. Like, that's impossible. Like, people like, man, it's easy and this and that. Like, it's not easy, bro, at all.
Yep. Well, you joined the Knicks in 2005, and you do not have a great season that first year.
Right.
Why do you think that was?
I think, man, it was so many personalities. I feel like I joined a team that was already set. You know, like, they were in training camp when I went there. I went there late. So when I got there, they had already drafted who they were going to draft. They had already built their team and signed their free agents. Like, they were ready to go with that particular team. So when I came on board, I think that kind of threw a monkey wrench in the whole plan, really. And I think it was different. I was a different kind of player. I needed the ball where I needed the ball at, and, you know, and we had other guys on the team that weren't used to playing with me. I wasn't used to playing with them. We all liked each other off the court, but on the court, there was just so much going on. You had Stephon Marbury there, who was still at the top of his game, and he felt like he needed his, and deservingly so. I mean, he's in his city. How can you tell him to take a back seat or to take second fiddle? Like, that's not gonna happen. You're not about to tell Stephon Marbury in New York City at that time to be like, yo, it's not gonna happen. Like, that's one of the first people. It's so funny because I tell people this story all the time. That's the first person I saw when I got there. Like, we met in training camp in Charleston, and I get off the elevator, and it's like he was waiting on me to get off the elevator. And he's like, big fella, we're going to have a good year, but every time you get the rebound, you're going to pass it to me. And I'm just like, what kind of shit is that? So I remember calling Jamal, like, man, is this how he is? Like, is this Steph, man? Like, that's crazy. And Jamal like, yeah, man, it's Steph, man. But, you know, Steph he's an incredible guy. He's a legend. So, you know, but it's things like that, bro. The other big guy that they had, Jerome James, my guy Jerome, I mean, they drafted him right after having a good playoff run. And he had the intentions on going to New York and being the starting big man for them and everything. And it didn't happen because I came, and of course I was going to start. They gave me the big deal. So, I mean, it was a lot, man. It was a big change. It was a big adjustment. I think Larry Brown was an awesome guy, but it just didn't work. It just didn't work with him and that team. And then I think him and Isaiah had friction and stuff. So, I mean, it was a lot.